of people.
Okay.
When it comes to employment, we are not politicizing employment. And that is why on day one, we said that we have come to public service, regardless of some of us who supported the Unity Party. But when given the opportunity to serve at the civil service agency, it has nothing to do with politics.
Okay.
Regardless of your political affiliation, your ethnic affiliation, we are there to make sure that people are recruited, people have their job based on competence and merit. And it has nothing, the president have said it to us. And we even realize it as soon as you wear the garment of being serving at the civil service agency, you take up your political garments. So it is our interest to depoliticize the workforce because too much politics has eaten the basic fabric of our society, and too much involvement in political activities by civil servants has destroyed the direction in which government normally should take. And I think some of us who have been part of it and realize it and now have given the opportunity on the watch of our director general, we decided to depoliticize the workforce. So people will be recruited, people will be maintained, people will be promoted, not based on nepotism, not based on favoritism, not based on favoritism politically, based on competence, so that this country can leave from where it is and right on the high places of the earth.
So the issue about the 40,000 is not true as people are
So
assuming.
the issue of the 40,000 came as a result of the quote unquote harmonization, and that is why most of the entities that used to be outside the CSA reach, when we're given the opportunity for CSA on the centralized government pay system to manage the HR related thing, most of them did not go through the merit based process. Most of them may not have gone through our process. We had the pen process, and so their records. And maybe some of them never even had any records with the civil service agency. Not just maybe, but they never had any records with the civil service agency. So our interest is to be able to protect workers. That is one of the mandates that we have under the act that created the civil service. So we can protect you if we know nothing about you.
So
We can protect you when you, in case you resign, in case you resign, you have been redundant or sorry but death or something happened. We don't know your next of kin. We can't even, you will believe that somebody called me in the health sector and said oh, since I've been working in Grand Bassa to this clinic, I received an employment a letter, and then later on they gave me a letter say they promoted me from this stage to this stage. I'm still making the same money. It's simple because we don't have a record on you. When you go through the pen process, when you are being promoted and accepted by the civil service agency that you are being promoted, a pen is done. On that pen, we gave you your new salary.
okay.
But if you did not come through the CSA, the old salary will remain, and that is why you'll be taking, even if they call you supervisor at the clinic, you will still be taking a cleaner. If you are a cleaner, you'll still be taking a cleaner pay. So we are saying, in regularizing your status and knowing that you are a supervisor and employ you as a supervisor, your pay grade is going to change. There are a number of things that happen in that process that will protect the workers, that is in the interest of the workers. So the workers themselves are quite aware. In fact, they are the ones even knocking on our doors and make sure that that process take effect. Anybody who criticizes that process is a political person who doesn't understand the namby pamby, the mumbo jumbo, or doesn't understand the mechanics of how the HR system at the civil service agency is working.
Good. Abe, that's you just listen to the voice of Honorable Darlington A.P. Smith. Honorable Smith is the Deputy Director General of the Civil Service Agency, responsible for HR management and policy. Honorable Smith, I mean, thankfully you are here, so we'll be jumping here and there, especially in some general issue with respect to the civil service and so we had this initially said 9,000. Then we came up to we have this unverified individual to 6,850. How did we come up to that?
All right, so when it might even be more if we recalibrate and go into the process, or maybe less, I don't know.
So,
but that was done between 2018 to 2021. And when it was done, they said we had those amount of persons that were unverified, meaning that as the auditors went in the field, these were people they did not see. Some of them may be real human beings, some of them may not be, they may not have been at work at the time or something. So we said, okay, when they came to the Civil Service Agency and the Auditor General said those people must be blacked, with the hope that if they are black, they will come running and say we are real human beings. And then we'll verify along with the entity and find out that in the context of time and attendance, those people are actually working. Because there are some people who will come running outside the scope of going to work, they will come running. But we have to work in tandem with the institutions and those individuals to come from. And so when we say, okay, instead of just taking the Auditor General recommendation, we decided to have a verification process and gave them additional 90 days. Those almost 10,000 persons gave them 90 days to come back. Of those numbers, about 2,000, some of them came back and said, oh no, I'm a real human being. And some of which we accepted. Although if we could have meticulously gone, if we meticulously went through the real process, some of them who came back, and at the time it was not this regime, it was under the previous regime. They came back, some of whom came back only paid their way, some of them even paid their way from Dubai, paid their way from wherever they were just to
So
come.
they get
and
people
say,
outside of the country.
they get more persons outside the country who based on the way things were being done, based on what connection you have, you just call the CSA boss and then say, oh man, putting the person on the payroll, this person is my relative, the person is a political person, the person be helping us and all that kind of thing. They just put the person on the payroll. The person remain wherever he or she is and just take government money without producing, with zero productivity as far as government is concerned. While people who are competent, qualified, looking for a job, can find a job, linger in abject poverty and in the nasty belly of unemployment. Okay, so what we're trying to say, back to what we're saying,
Yeah, sure.
is that those persons came and they were verified. Up to now, we're having more than 6,700 persons who haven't come to say, oh, I'm a real person. So they
block your pay.
Yeah,
and
so
you
the
can't come.
so the Director General say as of June,
Yeah.
we are going to block those people, and then we want to see if they are coming and if they will come back to us. But there have been individuals who we have blocked, giving our current verification exercise that's going on, and we haven't seen them. So it is our hope that after we shall have done this, there is a possibility maybe one or two persons will show up, and when they show up, they must be able to give a tangible that they have been actually working, and those institutions must be able to verify not by voice but by documentation that, oh, this is the time and attendance, the person has been coming to work, the person was assigned here, this is the communication reassigning them to this particular place, and then it's been working. Our interest is actually to block and sack people.
Okay.
That is the reason why we will be coming up with some redirector workers program.
Okay.
Our interest is to make sure that those who are working for government are actually working for government and they are producing in the interest of the generality of this country. That is our interest. You can't say that I'm working with government. You sit home, your productivity is zero as compared to the man who sits home and play Lulu. And at the end of the month, you are the one knocking on government doors and say, oh, the bank hasn't credited my account. And and you are not producing anything as far as helping this country is concerned. Not necessarily the government is helping the people. So your productivity at your workplace should have a trickle down effect on the general masses of this country. And you can't be, you can't commandeer yourself in a position, and then you can produce. I think that is our interest. People who work must earn, and some of those persons who are not working, some of the resources can be redirected to health, security, education, tourism, and different areas that will even bring more money to this country. And as the money is coming, so we ourselves are trying to see if we can stabilize the issue of the pay grade. There are some people who are working, some of whom will be making $300. You find John Bryan is not working, he's making $600. if we can take away the $600, some of which will go to basic social services, a $100 or $200 is left over, we can be able to help top up other people's salary as far as the pay grade is concerned, and to be able to motivate them to work harder. So that's where we are. So our interest is not just to block people. For our interest is to make sure that those who are on the payroll are real people and they are actually working. Because this thing, Liberian people can say, since Charlie Town, since history, everybody will come to power and say, we have a bloated payroll, we're having ghosts on the payroll, we're having this one. But they will spend all the years in serving at that place and they can't fight the ghosts. We are saying that in the first 6 months of our reign at the helm of the Civil Service Agency, Honorable Joker Jr., we are going to weed out every ghost. And we know that the ghosts will try to reappear. So this process will be a continuous process. Every year, every interval, every quarter, we will have to visit the payroll. And some of us, where we sit as the Deputy Director General for Human Resource Management Policy, there's no one entering the payroll that might escape my knowledge. And so if the payroll is clear, helping the Director General will be able to maintain a clean and clear payroll. I think that is going to happen under this regime, if all of regime thought it was not possible.
6 months time, we're reading out all of the ghost names. So, Chief, you people, today we want to talk on the success story that so far we've gained, the gains we've made. You have this system called the ESRP, that's Employee Status Regulation project. I mean, something that we ourselves developed, our people in there. You want to speak on it?
Yeah, okay. So basically, it is a project that intends to regularize the status of every employee, like we've been talking about, every employee in the public sector. And this is actually an expensive and tedious venture.
But we haven't got any budget.
But with the effort, the collectiveness of the professionalism of those who work with the Civil Service Agency, and the kind of momentum that our Director General, we normally say the firebrand and radical Director General has, it has lifted the morale and the spirit of every employee at the Civil Service Agency. So they have gone beyond the call of duty and not just waiting for money to come from government and waiting for money to come from NGOs. With the little resources we have had, and I know, even as I said there, I don't even have a vehicle. I use my own vehicle, I use my own gasoline. You yourself here use your own data on the show, use everything that you have personally, and that comes from our salary. Thank God that some of us are taking 2 months salary. And so combine our resources along with what the Director General has and what some of you have been putting in at the Civil Service Agency have allowed us to reach where we reach today. Although we're calling on the government of Liberia and other institutions that will be willing to help us achieve this particular project, to help us at a certain point in the process. But from the initial stage, it is just a collection and efforts based squarely on people who are from the Civil Service Agency. And since some of the institutions are interested in making sure that they can help to fight ghosts and regularize their own employees' status, because they know that the employees are just hanging around, they are not protected under the law. And so some of them have been receptive in accepting, or some of them have been providing water and sometimes food. And for some of our workers who have come like at the Liberia Broadcasting System, this has been one of the institutions that have been very receptive when it comes to accepting our people, working along with them in regularizing the status of their employees. And so that is the focus. Although in time to come, we're hoping that the government of Liberia can make a little around 300,000 available so that we can cover the entire country. And when that is being done, I can assure you in 6 months' time, you pick up the payroll of central government, you will know that there are real people who are working with the government and receiving their just salary at the end of every month.
Okay, folks, this is the Civil Service Hour. We will open the line, or we call read out the numbers to you because we want to give you some time. Today we have the second man in command. And like I told you, sometimes we make it a little simple, right? We break it down because civil servants are at all levels. So we break it down a little bit. So we have the second man in command, and the man who is responsible for all the HR things. I mean, you go to the office, the other hospital, right? So you see Eric from one end to another, people are. So he's there, a young man. So today we want you to ask all of the questions. Today our main line is over with 0770186098098, 0770186098098, 07701860980, or 0880 393981, 0880 Those are the numbers to call to join the conversation. So we have Honorable Darlington A.P. Smith. He is the Deputy Director General for HRM, that's a Human Resource Management. I think we have a call here. Hello? Hello? Hello, this is the Civil Service Hour. Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, this is Mr. Bo from
Yeah, your concern, please.
yes, please, I want to ask the chief about pension.
Okay.
Sometimes people to get a back pay and all the day it's not working. So I want to know, I want for you to please willing to talk about that.
So the pension, to talk about your pension, right?
Yeah, the pension.
Okay,
Yeah.
you were talking that the beautiful man, yeah, that the second man in command. So just keep listening. Yeah, let's take a few more calls. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Oh, please 0770118. I think we have another caller here. Hello. Yeah, your name and where you calling from? You calling from where? Sorry, we didn't get you.
I'm calling from Congotown,
Okay, all right.
I appreciate your brilliant on this customer. I mean, it's actually rewarding for everyone for the country. But at the same time, the government have to do upgrade the work to get the country moving on the path.
Okay.
But especially when we are into this ministry, there's a lot of corruption that is taking place. When you find in the office, you're in the office, and there are other people in the office, you will never see them at all. But then when it's something like in the haircut exercise are taking place, you find the people, bring other people and just shove them in those offices and then claim that they are part of the office. And why are people that are in the office to be found for them making less than $100, and those people that are not actually coming in making $500 and $600?
Okay, so we got your point. Let's take another call. Yeah, so you will respond to them. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Flomo College Junior, and I call you from Johnson.
Okay, Flomo, yeah, your concern, please.
Thank you so much. I want to say thanks to your studio guest. For me, I'm concerned about the work he's doing. It's very much good for us. But I would like for him to publish those names that we will find to be postmen, so that the public will be in the know of it. They will be able to know what is unfolding in our country. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you. So folks, this is the number of Civil Service Hour. You can call 077. We have another call. Hello?
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Matthew Kama. I'm calling from Johnsonville. I just want to appreciate the studio guest, and we are telling thanks because it's very wicked for somebody to be somewhere else where he is not working to contribute to the development of the country and he receiving salary. where most of us will working on our feet looking for job. But I would like for him, all the entity where they have ghosting, he score the number of the ghosting in that entity that FBA have to show number of two, just like that, and then we that look for job will be able to find the place that we can get our living. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for following. Just keep listening. You will answer to the concerns. Okay. So, folks, we got 07701 86098. That's the number to call, or 08803933981. We have in studio Honorable Darlington A.P. Smith. Honorable Smith is the Deputy Director General for Human Resource Management and Policy at the Civil Service Agency. We just talking about a lot from all walks. I think I have another call here. Hello? Hello? Okay, we missed that call. You can call back. Chief, you listen to a few persons who make out. I think we have another call here. Hello? Hello?
How you doing?
Fine, sir. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from the Kokotwa Round.
Okay, your concern, please.
Yeah, I have a series of concerns, but let me first say thanks to A.P. Smith, a veteran from UL.
Okay.
So I have a serious problem. For the past administration, we have almost about 2,000 volunteer teachers overtime and in the classroom, but the real teachers are not in the real government school. They have been issued, and the government promised us to employ operators. We are not employed, but we're in the real government school. So we want to push our case.
Okay. Okay, he's listening. You answer to all of those. Yeah. Thanks for calling. Okay. So, folks, this is the Civil Service Hour. We have in studio Honorable Darlington A.P. Smith. I'll have another call here to see who is on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, your name and where you calling from?
I'm Jerry S. Bryan, calling from Chicago.
Okay, your concern, please. Thanks for following.
Yeah, my concern here is to do is, I really appreciate the student guest for a good thought and way forward for them. They already had to go look at our parents who are working, but they couldn't receive nothing at all. In order to go who are working, we order for it. So I thought they come into the studio with a idea. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for following. Yeah, just keep listening. You answer to some of the things. Thank you too. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Chief, we as the calls come with limited, but I think you got more now. We can talk a little bit on that.
So basically the issue of pension is our concern. We are all aware that when you work honestly with government, when the time reaches for you to be retired, you must be retired honorably. And that is the reason why we have something we call the handshake. We gave you to say thank you for the number of time you have worked with us. And then the next thing is to be able to transition you to the pension payroll. That process has been cumbersome. That process has been difficult. And because of that reason, the new administration have requested, this dialogue with NASCOP, the National Corporation, the corporation responsible, the Social Welfare Corporation that is responsible for pension of former workers. We been working with our welfare department to make sure we're collecting all of the pensioners or the retirees. The last time the director of welfare came to my office, we have collected more than almost 3,000 to 4,000 names from all across government. We not hoping, but with the way things are going, after about 100 entities have submitted their retirement listing, we might even have more than 5,000-6,000 persons who have reached the age and are willing to be pensioned. And so the issue is that the new system that was presented at the Civil Service Agency, of who we also presented at the cabinet, is trying to see how, as soon as you reach your retirement, it is easy for you to transition from the main payroll to the pension payroll. And that process has been something that has been taking very long something. So we hoping to solve that in the first 6 months, like I told you. The issue of our hair counts, somebody called, I think, from the Ministry of Health, and we're talking about the hair count, and we spoke about it. We are saying that if you were out of the country or you were sitting home, our hair count is not just to say, oh, Darlington is present today while we're doing hair count. It is a forensic hair count done as and scientifically. So if you keep running, we sometimes will ask you for the last 3 months of your attendance record. And, so if you came today and somebody called you to squeeze you in the office and say you are assigned with this office at the EOBC, we ask for the attendance. You must have been signing attendance for the last 3 months. If you are not you have been signing attendance for the last 3 months, interacting with the HR and the management, we are going to block you from the payroll. So those who thought that they were sitting home, those who felt that they have traveled, as a matter of fact, the Director General said that since we started this process, how forensic it is and how scientific it has been, people have been calling for all across the country, across the world, from the United States, from England, from Ghana, from places, Europe. Oh, that what I've been depending on, that what been keeping me here in Europe, that what been keeping me in India, that what been keeping me in the United States, when you take it from there.
But they are not in school?
And no, they are not in school. We are talking about people who are not in school, who are not doing anything as it relates to benefiting government and benefiting anything. That people who are not on stellar leave. Even some people were on stellar leave there for 2 years. Some of them have gone 3, 4, 5, 6 years after they have completed the job, remain there. In Basel, one person called the Director General to inform the Director General that, that money I'm thinking on, I can just, my family can take it, while sending it back there while I'm hustling here in the United States. How can you do such? So the issue is that I don't mind people just running and coming. Even somebody even pay their way from Ghana and the United States, they come for this verification exercise. The reason why, as we are doing the verification exercise, we're not even informing ministry sometimes. By the time you go, we just give you 1 or 2 days notice and say, we are coming to your institution to carry on this. We're not giving you a 6 months where somebody will save money and pay plane ticket and come. As soon as they are verified, they go back. So this process is well calculated and it's scientific. And people shouldn't worry about somebody who just say now, there are days of eating free money, thinking that government money is free money. People have the perception that if you're working for government, anything with government, they say that free. When we used to play football, when then select you and somebody say, oh, my man, are government boom. So people think that this is a free thing. We are telling you that if you decide to work with government, if you decide to work in the interest of the people, you must come and produce. You must be effective, efficient, and you must be able to produce the necessary goods and services. So that issue has been solved. So the issue of the ghost name, Matthew and Flomo, we can tell you that the names will be published. We already started having at the Land Authority, at the Ministry of State and other areas, inclusive of the Ministry of Mines and Energy and other areas. We already started with the issue of some ghosts. Even at the police, since 2002, there were 98 persons on the police payroll. And since this government took over working with the current IG, 98 persons was being identified initially, because we say initially we'll go back. Initially, we have 98 persons. Since 2002, been taking pay. We blocked those 92 persons, at least saving almost 16,000. None of them have come back in the last 3 months. So we are saying that those persons, after we shall have conducted our verification and everything, yes, you guys will know exactly where the ghosts were and where they were being removed. And so the issue of volunteer teachers, that is one of the reasons why this exercise is being conducted. We believe that some people, like there was a long list of persons working with the Ministry of Education, like in Riverside. Imagine Riverside as impoverished, as underdeveloped, and that they need to build the capacity of the young people in that area. We having more than I think the teachers, I saw that list, is almost more than 20, 30 teachers across Riverside who sought employment, went to Riverside, abandoned the classroom for years, and now that decisions have been taken, they write me. Somebody call me and write me and say, oh, when they went there, somebody wanted to build up that capacity, so they left the classroom. But when we investigated along with the Ministry of Education, the HR, some of them have abandoned in 3 years, 4 years. and those classes are only being filled in by by people who are working and their names are not on the payroll. We're going to be revolved. If you decide to help our people to teach and you are not in the classroom, those who are willing to be in the classroom, we are going to hire them. Besides hiring them, we are also having conversation, and we are going to have conversation on the Ministry of Education specifically, although like all our institutions will be the same, specifically to make sure that the welfare of those teachers are met. Not just paying them on the regular centralized government payroll, but something must be done to keep them there, and to keep them there, at least the issue of housing, and some allowance should be made available for some of those teachers. They must have housing and facilities to keep them in those areas. But again, the initial one is to make sure those who are teaching, who are available, must be the one on centralized government payroll receiving the salary. So that issue has been taken care of, and has been taken care of. The last but not the least, like Jerry from Duporo said, all of us are aware that some people who are working in government that take home pay cannot take them home.
Sure.
And some of us are not happy about that. And that is the reason why after this exercise, we are coming up with a new grading structure. If we reduce the workforce, save additional money, some of the money going to basic social services, some of the money will even be recalibrated in the institution, in the resource envelope, to make sure that people who are down the line in terms of their pay grade can be upgraded to a particular level that at least their take-home pay can take them home. So we are actually aware of that. It's something that we think that before the 6 year comes to an end, we have an even pay grade that will respect the dignity of our workers across the government.
Yes, Chief, we'll be wrapping up in your parting comment. I mean, I just want you to use it just to lay emphasis on the launch and start of the national consultancy payroll.
All right.
I mean, the consultancy policy. When is it starting now? And then the credential. Let's just wrap up.
All right. So basically, I just wrap it up on this. The issue of the credential audit is something that all of us are interested in. Some people even working at an institution, like a lady coming from the Ministry of Health. Darlington, since I got my master's degree, you'll not believe it, I'm still making $300. And I see people here, even with high school people, making $700. And sometimes those people with high school people have presented some kind of credential. Some of them, they have the high school. Some of them have presented some kind of fake credential somewhere to get them in that position. We are saying that those who should be promoted are based on your credential and your performance. And the issue will be forensic across government, every institution. And we are saying as CSA, we can't just do it all on our own. We have to work with each entity, the HR department, to help us to vet the credential of those individuals who are in your employ. That's something we want to professionalize the workforce. We want to make sure that those who work for government are professional people. They have the requisite qualification and experience to be able to produce the necessary goods and services so that our people, the masses of this country, can benefit from. The issue that has to do with consultancy, there are specialized skills. In central government, there are certain skills that even if EOBC decide to hire somebody, they may not be able to pay the person. But that person brings valuable skill and knowledge to the EOBC, and they might be able to help to transfer knowledge to some of those who work within the employ. We are saying that we have started the process already. If your institution has such a kind of skill, and that is very important to the achievement of your objective, you can apply to the CSA. You can notify the CSA. We can work along with you to employ those people. You not believe that there are some directors, foreign directors, local directors, that on our centralized government payroll, we can just pay them. Those people are working with GFK and all specialized directors across the country. And so we try to use the consultancy. The consultancy was being abused. Before you have people with no skill, even in all our institutions outside the civil service, you find out they carry people, they're paying $3,000, $4,000 with no specific skill. So we thought it was being abused, and we needed to professionalize it. We managed to launched the consultancy policy. We have now launched the guidelines, and people can apply. This is just an initial. We are working around $1.6 to $2 million, which is a drop in the ocean with the kind of skill we want. But it is just initial in the next 6 months from now to December. After December, given the fact that given the way in which this will go, there is a possibility for what? Improvement.
When are the other commercial banks joining the whole 50% thing? Let's just end it on
okay, so our interest is to make sure that our people can have some resources before the month come to an end. Yeah. And the Director General said that in the next few days, maybe it could be in the next 10 days, we're hoping that some banks will join the EcoBank in making sure that we can give at least 50% of salary to our workers, and at the rate of 3%, although some banks are saying that they could come lower than to 2%. It is our interest to give, people now, this process of paying tuition, paying rent, and have to go and borrow 10%, 20%, 50%. Some people from the Fuller people, some people from other persons around, we are saying no. The bank can help you at 2%, 3%. And that will be able to help at least for you to take care of all our services even before your account is credited at the end of the month. So again, on behalf of the Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Honorable Josiah Flomo Joket Jr., the Deputy Director for Administration, Honorable Dano Miayen, and all the professionals at the Civil Service Agency, we'd like to say we are happy with this opportunity afforded us at the Liberia Broadcasting System Corporation. Is something that we will work in the interest of the Liberian people. We will help to protect the arrest agenda. And so again, thank you for this opportunity.
Folks, that was the voice of the Deputy Director General of the Civil Service or Civil Service Agency, Honorable Darlington A.P. Smith. He's the Deputy Director General for Human Resource Management and Policy. I mean, as I told you, very youthful, their leadership at the agency there, and you can see the amount of gains they continue to make and they will make. We want to say join us for a very, very fresh edition next Monday, where we come your way by 12:05. I've been your presenter, Joseph, and Swen, Director of Communications and Public Relations, being accompanied by Mrs. Dioda Siki. Bye.
It's a 50-minute information.